And from Tuesday onwards, we are starting the ISC 1. Okay, let's start the lecture. Today is 4th November 2020. Okay, unit number 6 is mentioned as satellite navigation and GPS positioning location principles. Why they are mentioned the specific name as a satellite navigation? The specific name he has mentioned satellite navigation is most of the probably the GPS is mostly helpful for the navigation of satellite at the military and the army stations. It is most important at the time of locating the particular terror who is present at a particular location and where exactly the pilot is helicopter is present, pilot is present. Everything will be identified based on the GPS. So they have mentioned the name as satellite navigation and GPS position location principles. And for our purpose, we are using the GPS locations for finding the particular location where it is located, a particular petrol pump and particular restaurants. And if you want to go for any trips and you have to see the particular location, you are seeing the particular maps. That is, map is mainly based on your GPS system, that is global positioning system. If you want to go anywhere in the world, you have to see the GPS. That GPS is going to locate a particular location, particular cars, particular trucks, particular planes, particular ships. That's what satellite navigation and GPS position location principles. In this unit, he has mentioned the introduction to this satellite navigation and GPS location principles. And the second point is your GPS receivers and ports. Which are the receivers we are using at the GPS and which are the ports we are using particularly at the to receive the particular location. We are using some of the course. And the third content of the syllabus is that is your VSAT, that is very small aperture terminal. We have already studied this. That is nothing but your DBS TV that is mounted at the top of your house. That is a cable. And last is your DBS positioning system, that is direct broadcast services. That is nearly your last content of this unit. Now we start with the first point. The point number 1, satellite navigation and GPS position locations. What he has mentioned, the GPS is global positioning system, is a satellite navigation system that furnishes location. Okay, of course, it is going to have a particular location you have to find and information of the time, at what time we are going to reach at particular location. That is to be information to be given by the GPS in all climatic condition to the user. At any conditions, at any summer season, winter season and rainy seasons, we are using, if you want to go for any of the locations, it can be, the worst is to give the particular location where it is located. That function will be done by the GPS. GPS is used for navigation in planes, ships, cars and trucks also. If you want to have a particular location of the particular aeroplane where it is located, where it is landing, it is going to land for a particular 5 minutes and 10 minutes in that particular location, particular area, particular country, particular state. It is to be mentioned in the GPS system. Through the GPS, they are going to locate a particular location by sitting at the station. That is to be monitored and the particular place. And the ships where it is moving in the seas, and that ship is to be monitored through the sitting at the particular places. That ship is going to locate at that position. In the next 2 to 3 days, that ship is going to reach the particular location. That is to be information to be given through that particular GPS. And in cars also, we are using some of the cables, some of the cabs we are using in Pune. Through cabs, through this GPS, we can see the particular where the cab is particularly located at this position, at this location. In a 2 minutes or 3 minutes, it is going to reach a particular respective location, respective person who has booked that cab. That's to be mentioned in cars. And trucks also we are going to observe particular location. That is to be a function of this GPS. The system gives critical abilities to military and civilian users, and most probably this GPS system is mainly used in the military system and civilian purpose also around the world. Actually, voice is not clear. I'm getting the messages. Actually, I'm using the both laptop and mobile. Where some of the students are admitting still, so it is echoing. Voice is echoing. Okay. This is the problem. If you admit in between the in time, so the voice is not echo. So still they are admitting after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and half an hour. How to get it? After that, they are messaging me personally, sir, I am present, you are not admitted. Like this, we are getting the responses. Okay, let it be. The system gives critical abilities to military and civilian users around the globe. GPS provides continuous real-time three-dimensional positioning, navigation, and timing in the world wide. The three-layer time, it is always continuously 24/7. It is working 24/7 in the military and civilian users, and for the satellite navigations. And for this real-time users, they are using the most three systems, three segments they are located. Depends on the three segment DPS. The depending three segments are nothing but one is space segment, second is control system, and user segment. Instead of that control system, you are using control segment. GPS system consists of three segments. One is space, second is control segment, and third is user segment. It says in space segment, what it happens? The GPS satellites. Space is nothing but which is mounted at the space. Okay. In that space, mostly we are going to launch a particular satellite which is going to give the information particular to the location and time information, that is to be GPS satellites. Particularly, we are going to launch a particular satellite which is a GPS satellites in space segment. And control segments, the controlling can be done by sitting at the earth stations, but what are the information we are getting from this GPS satellites, that information is correct or not, everything will be monitored by sitting at the earth station. That is a controlling system that is to be operated by the US military, that is United States of America, that is US military. And the last segment is your user segment. In this user segment, which includes both military and civilian users and their GPS equipments. Civilian users is nothing but we are the users, civilian users, that is to be most probably user for, that is 50 to 60% of the GPS is using for civilian, and 90 to 98% of the military and army positions are using the GPS locations, because to track the particular plane, a particular person, a particular pilot, and particular terror where it is located, that is to be used mostly in the GPS. Okay, these are the three main segments which are going to depend on this GPS, that is Global Positioning System. We'll see one by one which are the segments. Three segments. One is space segment. What is space segment? This is the diagram of space segment where it is located. Actually, all the satellites of GPS satellites is located in the space. In this space segment, you are receiving the particular information from the two links. One is from the uplink, one is from the downlink. Uplink is whatever the information we want to control from the satellite, particular GPS satellite, we are sending that information from the uplink, and that uplink is reached to the particular satellite, and satellite is going to give that particular information to the particular plane or particular army pilots, and everything information is reached to the particular signal at the pilot. So that is to be used for two main links. One is uplink and one is downlink. This is what all the monitoring stations is present at the Earth station. All the monitoring stations is present at the Earth station. See the diagrams, it is mentioned. Space segment, they are mentioned, they are given the, that is space segment is only located in the space itself, that is those are the satellites. And at the Earth station, we are using two satellites, one is uplink and one is downlink Earth stations. Okay, and monitoring stations are different. These are going to monitor the particular satellite, which is going to give a particular information to the particular user or not. Everything will be monitored at the monitor Earth station. What is written? The space segment is the number of satellites in the constellation, and the space segment is having a number of satellites which is present at the space. How many number of satellites is going to have? Minimum of 29 satellites we are going to launch at the particular space, and height of this satellites is of 12,000 miles. That is altitude, as mentioned, is 12,000 miles, and every 12 hours it is going to have a particular location. It is going to give a particular information of the particular satellites. It comprises of 29 satellites circling the Earth every 12 hours. Means what? Twice in a day it is going to have a one circle. Twice in a day it is going to have one circle to the Earth station, that is 12 hours in a day, that is to be there with the altitude, that is height of that satellite is of 12,000 miles. The function of space segment is utilized to route. Route is nothing but the location that is to be taken when it is going to rotate around the Earth station. It has to be route, that is to be started rotating around the Earth, and navigate the signals. It has to be particular navigation of the signals. It is to be reached at a particular Earth station or not, and stored and transmit the route and navigation message sent by the control segments. Where the control segment is present, the control segment is always present at the Earth station. Whatever the signals it is getting from the particular information, that is from the stored information, is to be reached at the particular Earth station through the control segment. And these transmissions are controlled by highly stable atomic clocks. There are some of the clocks. The clocks are having an atomic clock which are highly stable. It is not unstable. How the satellite is rotating in its elliptical orbit, constantly in the elliptical orbit. Similarly, the particular clocks are stable at the particular location. Why is this stable or nothing but it is going to give the particular time information. It is to give the particular time information to the particular Earth station. So everything information to be reached at the particular Earth station, so that we can predict the particular prediction we can conclude at the particular time information. So on the satellite itself. The GPS space segment is formed by the satellite constellation with annual satellites to ensure that the user will have at least 4 simultaneous satellites in view from any point at the Earth's surface at any time. Because at a particular location, they are going to install a particular satellites. In the particular location, they are going to install a particular 4 satellites, and remaining 4 satellites at a particular country. All those satellites is connected from each other, and whatever the information you are getting from one country to other country, the satellites will be linking from one satellite to the other satellite. At that particular country, we are having a 4 satellites, and other country we are using a 4 satellites, and in other countries we are using the 4 satellites. And these satellites are connected from each other, and whatever the information, if you want from country to country, we are getting the information. That information is reached to the particular Earth station, and whatever you are seeing the news, that is we are listening the particular country information, that is only because of this space segment. That is space segment is having the particular control at the Earth station, that through that we are going to listen a particular news from the different countries. That is what the function of space segment. Space is nothing but the space we are using a particular launching particular satellite. That is only the function of space segment. The main function of this space segment is to have give the particular information at the Earth station. That's it. Where it is located, where it is heading, and what is the time information. Everything information will be given at the Earth station. That is the function of space segment. Okay, this is the first point. And second point is control segment. Control segment is, this is what the control segment which is present at the Earth station. This control segment is present at the Earth station. The control segment comprises of a master control station. This is what called a master. The control segment comprises of a master control station and 5 monitor stations outfitted with atomic clocks that are spread around the globe. The control stations which is present at the different Earth station. What he has mentioned? He has mentioned the main master control stations are mainly 5, which are fitted at the, with respect to the atomic clocks, which are fitted at the globe with the Earth station. The 5 monitoring stations, the GPS satellite signals, and then send that qualified information to the master control station, where the abnormalities are revised and sent back to the GPS satellites to ground antennas, and control segments are also referred as monitor station. Whatever the information we are getting from the space segment, that information will reach to the particular Earth station, and this Earth station is going to have a particular information which is coming from the space segment, and that space segment is reached to the information will reach to the control segment which is present at the particular Earth station. Earth station function is mainly have a receiving the particular signal at the Earth station itself. That is what the function of control segment. And last segment is your user segment. User segment is the user segment is, it consists of user segment. User segment comprises of the GPS receivers which receives the signal from the GPS satellite and determines how far away it is from each satellite. User segment is located at the Earth station. Okay, whatever we are using the particular mobile, that is to be reached at the particular location, it is seeing that is a GPS station. If you want to find out the particular ships where it is located at the sea, if you want to find out the particular trucks where it is located at the Earth station, if you want to find out any telecommunication centers, any of the centers which is present at the Earth station, that is to be monitored through this satellites through using GPS, which is received the signal which is received at the Earth station. User segment comprises of the GPS receiver which receives the signal from the GPS satellites and determine how far away it is from each satellite. The satellite is linking from one satellite to other satellite. They are going to maintain the particular distance from the 2 satellites, and that satellite distance will be monitored and presented at the Earth station, how far the one satellite is from the other satellite. That is what he has mentioned, that is user segment comprises of the GPS receiver which receive the signal from the GPS satellites and determine how far away from the each satellite. Mainly this segment is used for the US military, missile, guidance systems, civilian applications for GPS in almost every field. This is 90 to 98% of the system is mainly used in the US military stations and missile stations and civilian applications for GPS in almost every field. And most of the civilian uses this from survey to transportation to the natural resources and and from there to agriculture purposes and mapping too. And this is also of course useful for the civilian users, where the transportation is reached to the particular location or not, and how much time it is required to reach to the particular location. Everything will be monitored and everything will be stored, and that stored information and that information to be given to the particular respective other end of the users, that is to be present in the, that is to be used in the, can be used through the user segment. This is what main purpose of introduction to satellite navigation and GPS position location principles. In this satellite navigation and GPS location principles, we are having three different segments. One is space, one is control, one is user segment. And this space segment, we have seen how many satellites we are going to launch, and what is the altitude of this space segment, and what is the actual function of this space segment you have seen. And a control segment is to control the particular satellite and to be monitored at the Earth station, and this to be controlled by, operated by the US military. And this user segment is mainly used for the both military and civilian users. User segment is to receive the particular information which is coming from the satellite. These are the three main segments. And the second content of this syllabus is how GPS determines a position. How GPS determines a position. How we are going to determine the position? This is what the diagram you are saying. A GPS receiver is present at the station. GPS receiver is present at the station. And how much is the distance we are receiving from the different satellites? He has mentioned different distances from satellite to the receiver end, from satellite to the receiver end, and third satellite to the receiver end, and fourth satellite to the receiver end. And we are going to have a particular distance of particular receivers. The working operation of global positioning system is based on the trilateration. Trilateration is remaining is three mathematical principles. The position is determined from the distance measurements to the satellite. It is going to monitor the different distances, elevation angles they are going to have in the different satellites. Through that elevation angle, signal is reached to the particular receivers. From the figure, the four satellites are used to determine the position of the receiver on the Earth. For GPS system, we require mainly four satellites. These four satellites are going to give the particular signal to the Earth station. And three satellites are used to trace the location of the place. Mainly three satellites, 1, 2, and 3, and they are going to trace a particular location of particular position of the particular location of the trucks, particular location of the cars, and particular location of the human being. Three satellites are going to do, and one satellite, the fourth satellite, is used to confirm the target location of each of those space vehicles. Target is nothing but how much is the time required to reach that particular location. That is to be done by the fourth satellite. The meaning of this is what? We are using the four satellites for find out the particular location. Three satellites are going to find out the particular location, and four satellite is to give the particular target, how much is the time required to reach the particular location. That is to be done by the fourth satellite. The fourth satellite is used to confirm the target location of each of those space vehicles. Global positioning system consists of satellite, control station, and monitor station, and the receiver. GPS, of course, we are consist of, for GPS we need a satellite. One is control station, which is present at the Earth station to control the particular satellite where we are launching. That is to be controlled, which is present at the Earth station. And controlling stations is to do the monitoring of the particular satellite. How much is the satellite is receiving the signals from particular human being or not, particular trucks, particular planes, and particular cars, and you have to use the point at the receiver end. The GPS receiver takes the information from the satellite. GPS receivers take the information from the satellite and uses the method of triangulation to determine the users at exact location. And you have to find out the particular location of the satellite. To find out the exact location of the satellite, you need a GPS app that is to be installed in your mobile. The GPS app is to find out the exact location of the particular restaurant, particular petrol pump, where you want to go. If you want to go for anywhere, that is to be search in your GPS app. That is to be located through the three satellites, and one satellite is to give the particular exact time information. That is to be how to find out the particular position of the particular location. What are the GPS is used in some incidents in several ways. What it means? What are the incidents it is going to use in GPS? One is to determine position locations. Of course, we have for GPS, we are having a position to determine that position. For example, you need to radio helicopter pilot that coordinates of your position location, so pilot can pick you up. If any emergency happens, immediately helicopter comes. The pilot knows where that exactly location is located. He reached the particular location where emergency is located. So that is to be determined by the position locations. And second is to navigate from one location to another location, because we are using the GPS app. That is through GPS app, you have to locate the particular locations where it is located. For example, you need to travel from a lookout to the fire perimeter. That is to be some of the examples we can have. And third one is to create digitized map. You are assigned to pilot to fire perimeter and the hotspots. Okay, if you want to have particular locations digitized, we are using nowadays digitized maps where it is exactly location. If you maximize the particular location, you are finding all the locations where it is located in the GPS. Where is located this village is located here, this state is located here, this country is here. Everything will be digitized in the map itself. So through that map, you can reach that particular location. And the fourth is to determine distance between two different points. Of course, if you want to search in the GPS from Pandharpur to Solapur, how much is the distance? We can see through the GPS. That is to be determined, the distance between two different points. That is the meaning of this. And the advantages of GPS. What are the main advantages of GPS? GPS satellite-based navigation system is an important tool for military, civilian, and commercial uses. Of course, we have already seen this. I have already told this. GPS satellite is very, very important for the military, civilian, and commercial. Commercial is nothing but what? If you want to travel, if you want to take any goods that is to be reached to the particular location from state to state, how many days it is required, how much time it is required to reach to the particular location. That is to be confirmed by the one end user to the other end user through the telephonic call. That is to be maintained in this. That is one of the main important advantages by using the GPS. And next is vehicle tracking system. GPS based navigation system can provide us with a turn-by-turn directions. Of course, when we are going from one location to another location, you are going for the trip. Whenever the trip, if you are not finding any location at that position, so you can open your GPS app and you can find out the particular location, which is where we have to take the left turn, we have to take the right turn, we have to go the straight. Everything will be observed through this GPS app, and the speed is very high. If the network is there, the speed is very high. That is to be very important advantage. That is of advantages of GPS. Next, disadvantages of GPS. If there is advantages, there are some one or two disadvantages will be there in the GPS. The GPS satellite signals are too weak when compared to the phone signals. So it doesn't work as well indoor, underwater, and under trees. Where you go in the gut sections. In that gut sections, we are not receiving any network. If there will not be any network, so you can't use the GPS network over there. Okay. in that position it is going to get a particular problem to get a particular location. That is to be one of the disadvantages. You need a network. If there is a network, you can't make a call. You can't search a particular locations. Okay, that if you have number of trees, that is the number of trees under trees in but it is a guard section is that you are not receiving any signal. That is what the one of the disadvantages of GPS. The highest accuracy requires a line of sight from the receiver to the satellite. This is why GPS doesn't work very well in the urban environment. So line of sight is very important. If there is no line of sight from the satellite to the receiver, the GPS is going to have some of the problem at the not in the rural areas but in the urban areas. As the population is very high, if the population is more, we are going to get some of the problems while getting the GPS signals. Nowadays we are not getting any problem for the rural also, in the urban also, but in rural we are getting some of the problem. But urban nowadays the network is getting the very good networks as compared to the different SIM cards. Based on this SIM cards we are going to get the different networks. So network is, if it is a good network, we are getting the GPS. If the network is not that much good, so it requires a direct line of sight from the satellite to the receiver. This is why we are using the GPS. Okay, and we covered 2 points, 2 contents now, and tomorrow we'll see the GPS receivers and codes, and the last is your VSAT. Okay, the last is your VSAT, that completes your syllabus. That is unit number 6. This is very simple unit. You understood very well. GPS you know very well. So based on that you can write it by your own words also. And tomorrow we'll continue the unit content 3, that is GPS receivers and codes. Okay, till Saturday or Monday we'll complete this syllabus, and we'll take the again one more test based on this unit.